Good evening, everybody. This is Mark back here with Team Shooter here to give you another free pick. This time it is going to be in college football as we look at South Carolina taking on Texas A&M. But before we get into that, let's quickly recap what happened yesterday. We went 1-1 with the Golden State Warriors as they covered the plus 7.5. We also gave out that live on our Discord at plus 5.5, but unfortunately they just weren't able to do enough to cover the money line. Now that game was tied with about a minute and 55 seconds left. And unfortunately, the Boston Celtics got a very fortunate jump ball that they quickly were able to score 2 points on. And then from there, I think they went up about 4. Now, the Warriors still kept it close, but just weren't able to do enough to eke out a win. Either way, let's go back into college football. Like we said, this is going to be the South Carolina taking on Texas A&M. And right now, the current line is South Carolina at plus 11.5 from minus 110. And we also like them on the money line at plus 360. Now this is a giant money line, but we also like this because there's a lot of value here. Like as I've said in a lot of videos so far this year, here headed towards the end of college football, we are going to be looking at teams who are trying to become bowl eligible. Now tomorrow's a big day for us. We have, I think, 24 games on our card, all surrounding the same aspect of teams that are going to become or trying to become bowl eligible. So yeah, do we think out of the 24 plays, which I think is 12 teams, are all of them going to win outright? Probably not, most likely not, but I feel like you're going to be getting a bunch of teams that are going to be motivated to win in order to become bowl eligible, like we see with South Carolina in this spot. Now, why do we like this one specifically is because, one, this line actually opened up at plus 10, and now it's already moved up to plus 11.5. And this is because last week Texas A&M easily won their game where the South Carolina was upset by Appalachian State, which, funny enough as it is, we actually had Appalachian State last week, and now we are going back. This is something you constantly will see in this channel where we will tell one team one week and then we'll fade them the next week. That's kind of what you're seeing here. We weren't on South Carolina last week. We're on them this week because we definitely think this is a must-win situation for them where they are not going to be playing next week. And so without getting a win tomorrow, not playing next week, they really don't have much to play for the rest of their season. So definitely feel like this is a good spot for South Carolina. And we're already getting plus 11.5. Plus that also gives us more value on the money line at plus 360. So all in all, there's a lot of value on this game. We definitely feel like there's a ton of recency bias on Texas A&M. Now, Texas A&M, they could win this game. Should they win this game? Yes, definitely as a minus 11.5 favorite. You would think Texas A&M should definitely win this game by a couple touchdowns, but we definitely don't see this any differently as Texas A&M is already bowl eligible, and it really doesn't matter. If they win this game, it's not going to really change their outlook as far as bowl games go. They're not going to get into any of the major bowls, so they're going to be, they're going to get a bowl game. It's not going to be one of the better bowl games, that's for sure. So nonetheless, this game is all but kind of meaningless to Texas A&M. They're just going to be trying to finish the season with a winning record. And overall, obviously, the more wins you have in the season is better than a few extra losses. We don't feel like the motivation is necessarily going to be there, as this game doesn't have as much going for them as it does for South Carolina. So we definitely like South Carolina in this spot, so we will be riding with them at plus 11.5 at minus 110, also on the money line at plus 360. And again, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to this channel. If you have any comments about any of the upcoming games this weekend, please leave them in the comments below. And until tomorrow, I'll be back here with another free pick. Bye.